Okay, I wanted to go through some general maintenance of the pressure washer, the high pressure line, and then the gun itself. So with the pressure washer, we'll go over how to replace the engine oil and the pump oil. And then with some of the connections, we're going to go over how to replace the 3/8 inch quick connects, the 1/4 inch quick connects, the injectors which have quick connects on them, and then how to troubleshoot like leaking and stuff like that. So some of the tools that you would need for typical maintenance of the pressure washer would just be your pressure washing kit, which is going to have your quick connects in there, your 3/8, 1/4 inch, your turbo nozzle, your various pressure tips, backup injectors, replacement washers, pipe tape, stuff like that will be in here. And then you're also going to want your foreman tool bag, which is going to have your wrenches and miscellaneous tools that you need to use to get some of this stuff taken apart. So let's say that you have your gun and your gun's leaking. Let's say it's leaking really bad from right here, which is probably the most common leak that we would see because this joint moves. We like to have this joint move so that we can rotate the tip as we're pressure washing, and then so we can also take this off. So this joint right here, this quick connect, gets most heavily used. So what we would commonly see is it would start leaking. Now it'll probably leak a little bit when there's no pressure, but as soon as you get pressure turned on, it'll kind of lock in place. But if it's still leaking when the pressure is turned on, the first thing you want to check is the washer inside here. There's a little 1/4 inch washer, one of these, that will fit inside of here. So if you look down in there, you'll be able to see if it's kind of torn apart, and if it is, you know, you're going to have a pick or a nail inside of here. You can go in there and pull that out. At the shop, we have one of these. You just go in there, pluck that out, and then kind of bend this new piece, get it put inside that 1/4 inch, and then just gradually put it in there all the way around. You want to be careful not to mar this up. Now, if the washer is good, like this washer is good. I know that this gun is good. We've replaced all these tips for the most part. But if the washer is good and it's still leaking, then you may want to replace the quick connect. A lot of times these will wear out. These fittings right here, or the quick connect right here, it'll wear out so it doesn't really hold a seal right there. So if that's the case, you have two 10-inch wrenches. Now, if you're in the field, it's a little different. You want, like in some of the vehicles, it's a little bit easier with the tailgate, how you can situate it here at the shop. I would just put this inside this on the bench here, and then I can put my fittings inside here and use the other wrench on the other side. So it's a little bit easier that way. But if you're in the field, like say you're in the grass, you'd have to take your fitting like this. Let's see here. Say that you're changing out one of these. You'd have to take this wrench and put it around here, and then put it around this end like this. And you'd have to step on the one end. You'd have to put your foot on the one end and then wrench it on this other side. So it's a little bit more difficult. It can be done. I did it for probably 10 years before I had a shop. But here, you would just throw this in here, and then let's just say that we are replacing, let's just replace this tip on this gun. So I will go ahead and get this fit for this size. Kind of hold it in place, and then some of these, if they've been on here for a long time, especially on the high pressure lines, they're going to be really hard to get off. So you're going to kind of want to jog it a little bit before you don't want to just put total pressure on it. Just kind of pump at it, and it'll be tough to get off, but it's possible. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. Just pull it off here. All right, so we would just assume that one's bad. We would get a new one out to replace it, but this one's actually good. So we're gonna need to put it back on. I do need to put new pipe tape on this though. When you put the pipe tape on, you wanna make sure that it, you wanna make sure that the pipe tape, as you're turning the fitting on, it tightens around it. It doesn't pull the tape off. So in this case, I'm going to be turning it this way. So I want the tape, the tail end of the tape to point this way. And then sometimes these will be rusted or whatever, but you know, the ends will be rusted a little bit, especially in the high pressure line. You want to take a wire brush and clean those off really good before you put them back on. So, what about this? Yeah, that's right. I'll probably do, I don't know, about 5 passes of this. Tear it off. Let's get it started. My hand. And when you're wrenching something down and tightening it, you don't want to finish your stroke like with the least leverage. You want to come down here so you can get your body weight on it. That should be good. So that would be replacing a 1/4 inch quick connect. Same kind of concept here. Actually, this is a little bit different since we don't have anything. We don't have anything to put it on. You just tighten it in there like that, and then I'm just kind of putting my arm and my elbow in it like this and twisting it. I'm not going to pull this off because I don't want to retape it. Tighten it up. We also have vice grips that you can put on the end of this table if you really want to. So that would be the gun and replacement. We'll just do a high pressure clothesline. Well, this one was super hard to take off. I just tested it earlier today. It's not gonna be bad now, but it's pretty rusted out. It's still even hard to take off, but yeah, some of these will just be a little bit more challenging than others. And you can also take you can get it fixed on here and take like a rubber mallet and just try to bang at it, try to get it loosened up. It's mostly just the rust. So I take this off, and this fitting I actually am going to replace. It's pretty rusted on the inside, and you could tell that a lot of water, and this is kind of rusted here, so I'm going to take a wire brush, clean this up, get some new pipe tape on there, and get a new 3/8 inch male connection on there. So I have to go grab the wire brush. Okay, so the wire brush isn't inside of the foreman tool bag, it's each personal painter's tool bag. So just want to get this cleaned up a little bit. Okay, should be good. I'll get my pipe tape put on here, so I'm going to be turning it this way, so I want the tail end to stop that way. Fitting here. This was a male connection. Let's get it started with my hand here. Slid in here, hopefully. You really just want to get it tightened to the point where it's not going to leak, because the harder you tighten it, the harder it's going to be to take off when it goes bad. So that would be the male end. I think I'm actually going to replace the female as well in this. It looks kind of bad, so I'll be able to see here, because I have not taken this off yet, how far these can be. Quite a bit of force. I finally got jogged with. There's quite a bit of rust inside that one as well. Take this out and get it cleaned up. Get our pipe tape put on. And I'll take a female 3/8 inch quick connect. Let's get started with my hand here. Alright, so that one's good to go. So we'll just make the assumption that this is bad. It's not, it's recently been replaced, but this is connected with a 3/8 inch female connect and then a 3/8 inch male connect. So I would just pull this off, and since I'm at the shop, I can change it out at the shop, which is a little bit easier. So similar concept with the, these will probably go bad maybe once every 6 weeks or so. So I'm going to get this replaced. And these have been recently replaced, so I'm not going to mess with it. But same deal. Get the, I have it fixed around the actual downstream injector, and then we have the male and female quick connect on each side. Get that put down in there, go ahead and wrench it off, replace the fitting. So that's how to replace all the fittings. I'll get into how to replace the oil here in the next video.